Tribal Council is a really important part of the show. That segment is where much that's interesting to viewers and is necessary data for players to gather kind of comes out. And sometimes it comes out in unexpected ways, and sometimes it's just about confirming what you believe all along. But that whole setup of Tribal Council, where you know you're there to answer Jeff's questions, has evolved. And in the first season, Jeff would ask questions based on what he saw in the footage that he would review behind the scenes. And boy, oh boy, I don't think they expected somebody like me to just blatantly lie in response to his questions. But I had no choice. If I were to answer some of the things that he was asking honestly, I would have undermined many people's games, and mine in particular, and I wasn't willing to do that. And I decided that quickly and instantly. And then I did have conversations with Jeff about how that's inappropriate when I got an opportunity to. I can't even remember when or how, but I did share with him, wow, you can't ask things that you don't glean from us, that all of us are exposed to at the same time, because that undermines lots of gameplay and takes away from what the viewers will experience as the game unfolds if left to itself. You can't be that impactful on the game. You can try to get us to share information, and that's fair, I think. And so that is eventually how things unfolded and how Tribal Council works now. But there are all kinds of psychological dynamics behind it. Tribal Council is often very far from camp. You're often walking there late at night. God, one night we were coming back from Tribal Council and we have those damn torches, and Rudy was behind me and he tripped. And so he spilled the torch all down my back, all up in flames, in the middle of the woods, on our way back, I don't know, a couple of miles from Tribal Council. Craziness. In this woods with snakes and everything. I mean, it's nuts. I think maybe for safety reasons, things are a little different now. But still, I know there is, you see the march. There is this marching to Tribal Council. There are opportunities during that time period when you're packing up, getting your bag together, moving to Tribal Council from camp, for you to think about the choices that you're going to make, the things you're going to say, the moves you intend. And then being flexible when you get there has to be a part of what you're thinking about. What was interesting tonight in season 40, episode 2, was the Tribal Council. I noticed everybody has the exact same bag. They all have these blue bags in which they keep their things, which has me wondering, what are the rules? I wonder if they've been told you can't go through somebody else's blue bag. Rob was bold and saying, okay, let's just empty our bags and see who has the idol. Silly. Rob just looking so strong and powerful and directive and in charge and not caring about how that makes him look. I guess he's figuring everybody knows he's in charge, so he might as well play that role. But it is going to bite him in the ass. It just is. There's no way that an all-winner season isn't going to hold him accountable for being that big a target. It's just a matter of when. I'm shocked they haven't been more focused on him to this point. But I'm so proud of Denise. She beautifully had that idol, pulled it out of her bag in response to Rob's silly orders to empty your bags and let's see what you've got, and just held it there beside the bag without anyone knowing she had the idol, and then put it back in the bag at the end. So Rob sat there thinking, because he'd asked everybody to show their bags, that he now knew that nobody had the idol. Silly. Good on you, Denise. Really well done.
How do you feel about celebrating your victory at Tribal and not in the studio audience?
They never announced the winner at Tribal Council other than my win. I was the only win ever in the show's history to have voted right at Tribal Council and announced me as the winner. They did it on a closed set with a very, very limited crew, and they allowed the voting to unfold and announced, turned it over the card that I was the winner. Immediately with season 2, given how much trouble they had and how much angst CBS had about what might be shared and how that might be undermine the success of the show because it was leaked who won, they changed it. And so no longer, never after the first season did they ever go all the way through tribal council and announce the winner live. That never happened other than with my original season.
How did that make you feel, like as a fan, like experiencing it, just seeing that that your win was like right there where all the conversations were that season? I think it was pretty special.
Oh, it was incredibly special to have that have unfolded live. I think it was awesome. I loved the way it is more real, but it was only that one time and it never happened again. It allowed me to watch the show with all viewers and even with my family, telling my family I didn't win. Tell them, don't worry, I did really well because you've got to watch. I'm between second and eighth. And then telling my sister I'm fourth, because it's awesome. I did great. I made it to fourth. So that they would all believe I did well enough. They've got to pay attention. But my sister was a bartender. And so even when I told her I did fourth, she decided not to go with me out to California for the live airing because she said, you're just fourth. I'll see it. So I left her here. And so she watched. She was working as a bartender while the show aired and started crying when the fourth person was uncovered and it wasn't me. And she knew something was up. It was great. Hey, you! Yeah, you! Watching the video, you thought it was over. No, you got a job to do. Click the like button and subscribe right below. Come on, get on it. Now! And feel free to comment. Go ahead, tell me how arrogant I am. Tell me how much you can't stand this or that. I'll listen. Comment away.